Hey everybody, I'm doing a stuffed pepper recipe today. I'm using orange peppers just because the flavor's not, too strong. You want to get the tallest, biggest ones you can for lots of good stuffing in there. I'm doing a Mexican stuffed green pepper, orange pepper rather. I have about 10 green onions. I have just the green part cut up and put into a bowl with a can of black beans drained and almost a can of this because I'm going to reserve some of this for my rice. And you want that all to be drained. You just want to put it in here. You don't want to really cook it just yet. And then over here I have the 10 green onions. I have the tips, the white part, which is, it'll look like that. And I have the green part in the corn mixture with the beans. And I'm doing a turkey meat today for a little more less fat, and I will show you that in just a minute. I also added some cilantro into the mixture here. What I usually do is I do about 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of the ground cumin, and then 1/4 again of chili powder. Pinch of salt, pinch of pepper. And I'm also going to add these green diced tomatoes to that mixture in just a minute. I'm actually cooking my turkey now. I got about a tablespoon of olive oil in here with that, with the green onion. Okay, so we got our tomatoes in. I got the diced with green chilies mild, and you're going to want to drain that too. And you're going to take maybe 2 squirts of lemon juice. Just a little bit of that. Just for a little bit of added zest there, a little bit of extra flavor. And we have our turkey cooking on medium. Okay, I got this all stirred up. I'm going to take a very small pinch of cayenne pepper. This is extremely spicy. I wanted to add jalapeno to this. I actually forgot to get it. So if you like it really spicy, you can add jalapeno to this, or you can add a little bit of cayenne pepper, which a little does go a long way on this. So I'm just going to take like a very small amount of that. If you notice your turkey is a bit dry, you can add another pinch of olive oil or a little bit of water. Just a very small amount of that. This is actually marinating while our turkey is cooking. And I got this for the rice. And we're going to do a rice with corn. I basically have diverticulitis, so I shouldn't even be eating corn. But I noticed that it doesn't really bother me unless I eat like a whole lot of like popcorn. So I always loved a lot of flavors, and my favorite foods are actually Italian food, Mexican food, and seafood. And I just love cooking with, a lot of flavors and herbs and spice. I don't really use a lot of salt. Just a pinch usually. I usually use the sea salt. You are going to add a little salt to this because our beans are actually, they're like the no salt beans. And I think our corn is just basically like a regular salt. So I am going to add a little bit less than maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm going to add it to this too. And we're going to go ahead and add our herbs and spices to this, and our cilantro again. Basically the same spices, same amount. We have our spices in. Now I'm going to add some cilantro to this also. I did not add any cayenne pepper. That stuff is very, very hot. And I'm going to actually put this into the meat. Now this will stuff actually more than 2 peppers. This looks to be maybe 5 or 6 peppers. So I'm actually going to save this and maybe do some burritos or something in a few days with this. Now you don't want to overcook your turkey or your meat. You want to get it just so that it's, done. As soon as it's done, you want to turn this to low. You want it fully cooked, but you don't want it overcooked, because it will cook slightly more in your oven when your peppers are cooking. So I'm actually going to go ahead and add all of this and maybe top it with a little more cilantro. I know some people don't like cilantro. It can have like a, people describe it as kind of soapy, but I actually love it. It's really good for you too. It can detox your liver, and it's just really healthy. All right, we'll be back. All right, so we have everything out of here into here, and it's on low. Now the trick is not to really cook this, but to keep it very warm for like 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm actually going to add 1/4 teaspoon of taco sauce. It's actually a 1/2 teaspoon of the taco sauce. We're just going to mix this all up with our fork. Keep it on like a low, kind of on mostly low. Get it all mixed up. Actually, this is going to actually stuff probably like 9 or 10 peppers. This is actually a lot. This is mild spice. It's not real spicy. But I do like spicy food. But I like mild to medium. And when we stuff our peppers, I'm going to actually top this off with a little bit of cheese. All right, this is still cooking on low. And I'm just going to stir it like every 2 minutes just to, make sure the heat is elevated everywhere. Over here we have our peppers. Now, the trick is to get a pepper that can stand up. They won't all do that. Like this one is kind of falling over. So you're just going to want to set it up on the edge of something once you stuff it and cook it. And I'm actually going to take a tablespoon and use that to stuff these. So we have our plain white rice with no salt. It's just ready rice, but you can use any kind you like. This rice is actually kind of stupid. I really don't recommend it. It's the Wegmans Steamables. It's kind of like rock hard right now. But once it's, broken up, it'll be good. So I'm just going to break that up. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper and some chives. Don't forget to add water if you're using the ready rice pouches, because it'll stick to the bottom. This is going to be a side dish. I'm not going to stuff the peppers with this. Now these are going to cook on 350 for about 25 minutes. I'm going to put on a little dab of taco sauce, and then I'm going to top it with a Mexican shredded cheese. Now you probably shouldn't do that till the end, but I'm going to do it anyway because I like my cheese a little bit more like burnt. So I'm going to go ahead and just do the whole thing. This is literally what I have left, which is a lot. This is probably another, maybe 4 or 5 peppers. So I would say this stuff's about 10. And there we have it. They're baking in the oven on 350 for about 25 minutes. Thanks for viewing, everybody. I'll leave the recipe below.